Hi everyone, my name is Jane Leo and I'm a Reiki practitioner here to demystify Reiki with the hope of making it more accessible to all kinds of people. Religious people, non-religious people, people who value science, people who don't value science. You should really value science. There are more misconceptions about what Reiki is than there are well-informed understandings. And though the best way to understand Reiki is to experience it for yourself, the purpose of this video is to bring more people into the well-informed category. Starting with the question, what is Reiki? Reiki is a spiritual healing and meditation practice that comes from 20th century Japan. Reiki itself isn't ancient, but it does draw upon ancient healing practices that have been going on for thousands of years. Nope, Reiki is not religious, but it is spiritually based, taking its influences from the spirituality that was shaping Japan at the time. Buddhism, Shinto, folk religions, and a melange of other religious movements that were taking off at the time. Reiki is often associated with chakras, crystals, and other spiritual paraphernalia. That's because when Reiki came to the US, it started evolving in different directions. Some people incorporated chakras and crystals to make it Reiki more palatable to an American audience that was increasingly New Age in the 80s and 90s, while others strove to preserve Reiki as it was originally invented or created by Usui Mikao. There are common defining elements for all Reiki lineages, and the one I'm going to focus on here is hands-on healing. I found that most people are familiar with hands-on healing and think that this is solely what Reiki is. In fact, hands-on healing is part of a much broader Reiki practice. Reiki is comprised of two Japanese words, rei and ki, and there are a ton of different translations for these two words. The one I hear the most is universal life force, energy. But it's not energy in the scientific sense, it's energy in the spiritual sense. But sit tight, science people, there's a treat for you at the end. A Reiki treatment or session is performed by placing hands on or above a fully clothed recipient. The hands have long been a focal point in Reiki advertisement. Hands with lines coming out of them, heavenly hands with an aura, you get the idea. But emphasizing the hands is kind of misleading because the hands are really just sitting there in stillness for a few minutes before moving on to the next part of the body. And the real show is internal. Just like your Bluetooth conversations, Reiki can be offered hands-free, but that's for another video. Spiritually, Dr. Usui created Reiki to uncover our true or original nature. Higher self, inner self, Buddha nature, inner light. These are all spiritual concepts that mean something similar. If you were to learn Reiki for yourself, you'd need to learn it from a Reiki master and take up a disciplined meditation practice. Offering Reiki sessions or treatments is a way to make Reiki accessible to everyone. Reiki helps us uncover our true consciousness by reconnecting mind with body. If spirituality isn't your thing, no sweat. Just replace the words true consciousness with mindfulness, and know that Reiki won't interact negatively with any of your religious or non-religious beliefs. No, Reiki is not a cult, unless you want to read some of the literature I have in my van. Even if you reject the spiritual aspects of Reiki, you can still reap its medical benefits. Reiki's medical benefits are why it's used in hospitals around the world, including 9 hospitals in the greater Boston area. During a Reiki session, the heart rate drops, breathing decreases, oxygen consumption goes down, and there's an increase in an antibody called IgA, which is an indicator of immunity. All of these are physiological changes that indicate the relaxation response in the body. Now you might be thinking relaxation is no big deal. You can have a martini whenever you want. You can do that, but your body's probably not making it into the relaxation response. To quote Reiki author Pamela Miles, relaxation is not a luxury, it's a medical necessity and biochemical event. A Reiki session prompts all sorts of healing responses in the body. Reduced pain, reduced anxiety, boosted immunity, accelerated recovery from surgery or injury, improved sleep, reduced depression, improved intuition, and generally a clear mind. I could go on, but the point is, being relaxed in a stressful world is a superpower that most people take for granted. Science people, here's the treat. Reiki outperforms placebo in treating depression, anxiety, and physical pain. That should blow your mind. Real Reiki outperforms sham Reiki. You're probably not taking medication that outperforms placebo, thanks to those super reliable clinical trials conducted by the big pharmaceutical companies. And Reiki doesn't have any terrifying side effects. It's not going to interact negatively with any of your medical care. This is the trickiest question to answer because people experience Reiki differently. You may feel an overall sense of peace and deep relaxation, or you may feel nothing at all. The most common physical sensations are heat, pulsation, tingling, or coolness in a certain area of the body. And a Reiki session can also vary from one session to the next, so it's best to approach your treatment with an open mind. Reiki brings your body back into a state of balance. By balance, I mean your body's natural state, one in which your mind and body are on the same team, and you feel a sense of peace. Usually when somebody dies, we wish that they rest in peace. If you're waiting until you're dead to rest in peace, then you've waited too long. Rest in peace while you're still alive. If you're watching this video, there's still hope for you. Whatever your reason for seeking Reiki treatment, Reiki will meet you where you are and provide you the healing you need in this moment. It can't hurt, it might help. Rest in peace, everyone. Rest in peace.